Shortly before sunrise in South Dakota's Black Hills, thousands of cars are already lined up for miles. On a late September morning, Custer State Park transforms into a throwback to the Old West. With the help of hundreds of volunteers and park officials, more than 1,300 bison roar over a distant hill and through a nearby valley. Known as the Buffalo Roundup, the annual event has become a modern-day symbol of an American bison comeback. The image is especially amazing considering the massive Great Plains herbivores were on the brink of extinction in the late 19th century. Excessive hunting of what the Lakota Native Americans call tatanka, decimated herd population, once measured only 600. Today, after more than 120 years of conservation, planning, and careful breeding, more than 500,000 bison exist across North America. Custer State Park's herd ranges anywhere between 1,200 to 1,500, a number that would nearly double the entire American bison population only a century ago. In the 1960s, park officials began an annual Buffalo Roundup in an effort to manage a growing herd.
Buffalo Roundups have been going on for 42 years, so I've been here for most of them. And us old-timers can remember when there was probably 200 people on the hill yee-hawing when the buffalo came in. Last year we had around 11,500, and we're expecting a similar-sized crowd this year.
The annual South Dakota ritual has become an international sensation as visitors and media from across the globe descend on the Black Hills.
It's a cool sight when a whole mass of buffalo comes thundering by, the dust flies, you can hear the ground shake, and it's certainly, something out of the Old West.
According to park officials, that Old West feeling was fueled in the early 1990s with a little help from Hollywood. Kevin Costner's Dances with Wolves sparked a newfound interest in South Dakota and the American bison. In the years since, awareness of bison products has grown alongside the industry. While still a niche market, nearly 4,000 bison farms and ranches now populate the country, raising the once endangered species for breeding and meat production. Event organizers at the annual Buffalo Roundup take pride in showcasing the lean, low-fat bison meat. Thousands of visitors can mix their Roundup viewing with bison chili tasting, bison sausage, and the popular buffalo burgers.
Folks, are you hungry? Step right up, step right up. Come get it. Best buffalo burgers in the park, man.
But marketing is only a taste of the overall Buffalo Roundup. For all the food and festivities, Custer State Park officials have a practical function to exercise every year. Cowboys and park officials form a 21st century cavalry to push bison across the South Dakota countryside. Park veterinarians and volunteers wait to process the beasts in the park's corrals. Visitors watch as Custer staff conduct a variety of branding, vaccinations, and pregnancy tests across the entire herd.
With the Roundup, what we're really looking at doing is it's partly herd health, and it's partly a matter of, it's the tool we use to select animals to cull the herd back down to our overwinter carrying capacity. And we also, for our herd heifers, we also bangs vaccinate. Brucellosis vaccinate our herd heifers.
Brucellosis has been one of the few controversial aspects of bison production. The bacterial disease has received broad concern amongst cattle ranchers near the Yellowstone Park herd in Montana and Wyoming. Cattle ranchers fear brucellosis could spread from infected bison to their animals and potentially cause fertility issues. But Custer Park officials say that risk is low in South Dakota and proudly defend their herd as disease-free.
Custer State Park has had a brucellosis-free herd for 42 years. We test for it. The park is fenced, but the testing ensures that if one would happen to escape, that it's not going to transmit any disease into our adjoining ranchers, and so we need to maintain that disease-free status.
After processing, the park's herd manager decides whether to keep individual bison in the park or to sell them at the annual buffalo auction. Nearly 2 months after the roundup, bison are auctioned off to prospective ranchers and breeders for anywhere between $500 for a heifer calf to more than $2,000 for a 2-year-old bull. The annual sale has spurred development of hundreds of private bison herds across the country and helps fill the park's financial coffers. But officials are quick to point out that the roundup is not about raising money. The one-of-a-kind event is free to the public, so tourists and the cowboy volunteers can revel in a uniquely American experience.
It's a touch on the Old West, right? I think a lot of people that get to come out here, especially that don't get to ride like this in the open spaces, and whether they're riding cattle is one thing, but when they get to ride out here at the buffalo, it's a feel of the Old West.
The nostalgic part of getting out and chasing buffalo, words fail me. This is probably the most fun I'm capable of having. But the whole atmosphere is just fantastic. It's just a great time.
For Market to Market, I'm Andrew Bott.